Hi BookTube, it's Missy, and today I'm here to share with you guys my most anticipated reads for the month of June. Yes, this is my handy dandy notebook. I read from this every single month. I found 11 books to share with you this month, and I'm very much excited to get to them. There are some sequels, so let me share with you. I'm going to stand here this time and have the pictures on this side. Yes. Okay, so the first 7 books are going to be YA, and then the last 4 will be adult. I did find all of these books either on yalit.com. I will leave the link down below. That's where I find all of my YA books. And I will also leave Megan's website down below, which is Reading Like a Boss. Reading Like a Boss. Yes, I believe that is her website. That's where I find all of my adult books every single month. The really cool thing about Megan is she's extremely organized, and she has all of the books that you could possibly be interested in on her blog or her website. You just click whatever month you are interested in, and it gives you a whole list of all the books that are coming out from all the dates, and then it has like a little thing where it'll say the genre, if it's going to be a contemporary romance or a chick lit book or women's fiction or thriller, suspense, yada yada. I enjoy that because, you know, I don't read any contemporary. I just skip all of them until I see suspense and thriller, and then I read the title, and then I read the synopsis, and I decide from there whether or not I want to read the book. So that's how I got all of these books here. Let's get started. The first one that I want to talk about is called Blood Will Out. Every time I read that, it doesn't make any sense. Blood Will Out. I want an extra word there, like blood will let out, or I don't know. Anyways, it's Blood Will Out. It's by Joe Trigari, maybe? And this comes out on June 5th, 2018. It has terrible reviews, awful garbage reviews, and it only has about 2.5 stars on Goodreads right now, but I don't care. It's a horror read, and sometimes even bad horror is good. So yes, it's a horror, mystery, thriller. I want to check it out. I want to read all the horror, regardless if it's A quality or B quality, and sometimes C or D quality. That's okay too. All right, the next book is called The Opposite of Here, and that comes out on the 5th as well. And this is by Tara Altebrando. Sometimes I can read, sometimes I can't. I do own her Leaving YA mystery book. This is another thriller, mystery thriller. I haven't read The Leaving, and I know that I added her onto my list anyway because regardless if I've read the author, her synopsis still sounds interesting. So I want to read that. Next we have Never World Wake. And the cool thing about this book is it's by Marisha Pessl. If you don't know who Marisha Pessl is, she wrote The Night Film, okay? And people talked about that galore a few years ago, and it was one of my top 10 favorite books. It's a great thriller. I do own her first written book, her debut novel, which is, what is it? It's called Special Topics in Calamity Physics. I did start it last year, and I only got a little ways in because it's kind of a slow beginning and I wasn't really interested in it. But this will be Marisha's first YA book, and it is going to be a sci-fi mystery. It also comes out on the 5th of June. I really cannot wait for this book. I'm hoping it's good because I like sci-fi mystery. So we will see. All right, the next book is called The Merciless Four. This is by Danielle Vega. These are all of her previous books. We have the pink version, which was her first book. That is like a torture porn story about some mean girls in a high school that used to be friends with a girl, and they've decided that she needs to be exorcised, and so they take her to a abandoned house. The house is under construction, so it's not fully built yet, but they take her to this house and they decide to do an exorcism on her as if they know what they're doing, but really they're just torturing this girl, and it was really freaky and I really liked it. So the first one was pink. The second one here is gold. I am still in the middle of this one. It's not as fast-paced as the first book, so I'm having a hard time finishing it. The third one here is colored all like marbly, which I thought was really cool, and this very last one is black and silver. Definitely looking forward to finishing up this series. It has demonic possession and all of that stuff in it, so I really want to continue reading it, and I'm hoping that the second book gets good, so I will enjoy the third and fourth. Anyways, this book does come out on the 12th of June, and if you have kept up with the Merciless series, let me know down below how you like the books. All right, the next book I have here is Court of Shadows by Madeline Rue. Now, she's the author that wrote, or is it the Asylum trilogy? I've read Asylum and Sanctum. I still need to finish Catacomb. I don't know what's wrong with me. She also has a collection of short stories that goes along with the Asylum books, and also a prequel, which is Escape the Asylum. Again, I haven't read that one yet. Story of my life. Yeah, so she has written a new series. The first one is House of Furies, which here's the picture. I do own this book. A friend sent it to me. I still haven't picked it up because I'm a lazy shit and I really need to. But yeah, look at this cover. Look how amazing this cover is. Now, let's go back to Book of Shadows. Is that what it's called? Not Book of Shadows. Court of Shadows. Why the cover change? Why? Publishers, why? Why do you do this? Nobody likes this cover. It's ugly. The first one looked cool. It was the bright blue. It had the same kind of feel as the Asylum trilogy, and I was all for it. But this one, this sequel is ugly. 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 You ain't got no alibi. You ugly. Yeah, you ugly. Anywho, that one comes out on the 26th of June. So at the very, very end of June. Next we have another sequel. This one is a sequel to a book I haven't even purchased yet, and I haven't read the first one either, Story of My Life, but I was really interested in it last year when it first came out, so I'm still interested in it, and I still am curious to know what the story is about, so of course I'm curious about the sequel as well. The sequel is called My Plain Jane. The first one is called My Lady Jane. This is a funny, quirky retelling of Jane Austen, and the second one is about Jane Eyre. I wonder if the first one's also about Jane Eyre. I can't remember. It might be. It might be. But it did sound really good, the synopsis. So I'm interested. This one also comes out on the 26th, and they're by Cynthia Hand, Jodie Meadows, and Brody Ashton. So if you have read My Lady Jane, let me know down below what you thought of it, if I should pick it up very soon or like later at the end of the year, like it's not that big of a deal, because I can always borrow it from the library. All right, and the very last YA book that I want to talk to you guys about is called The Ruinous Sweep, and this is by Tim Wayne Jones. At first I thought he was like the husband of the Howl's Moving Castle Wayne Jones, but he's not. He's married to somebody else. They just have the same last name. Anyways, this is his first YA book, I think. I know he's written a lot of children middle grade books, and he's written a couple adult books. I can't remember if he's written YA before, but this is a murder mystery, and it's like a legit murder mystery, almost like a Agatha Christie kind of murder mystery, so I'm really looking forward to this one as well. I do like the cover. All right, so those were all of the YA books. On to the 4 adult books that I'm interested in. We have Jar of Hearts, and this is by Jennifer Hillier, I think. That's the cover. It comes out on the 12th of June. This is a mystery thriller, and it's about 3 best friends. That's all I have. I did make this list a week or so ago, and I can't remember about the 3 best friends. Oh, that's right. That's right. They all have different, personalities, like, you know, most people do. But they all have a secret from their childhood. And, like, one went to therapy, one went to prison, one did something else. And something in their hometown has brought them all back together. So I'm looking forward to that one. Then we have Bring Me Back by B.A. Paris. I do own her Closed Door book. I believe that's the title. Here is the cover. I haven't picked it up yet, but I've heard that she's a great writer. So I'm looking forward to Bring Me Back. This one comes out on the 19th of June. This is a thriller mystery. It's about a man who stops at a gas station, and as he's like in the convenience store paying for his gas, his wife has disappeared from the car. Like, he comes out to go get back in the car, the door's wide open, there's no sign of struggle, she's completely gone. Has she been kidnapped? Did she run away? I don't know, but I'm looking forward to reading it. It sounds really cool. All right, next we have Find You in the Dark. This is from Nathan Ripley. This one also comes out on the 19th. Here is a picture. This is again another mystery thriller because that's all I ever want to read. And this is about a cold case file. So that's all I know about that one. I like cold case files. Oh, that's right. So a man buys cold case files. I don't even know how you get those, but he buys them and then digs up old bodies or like digs up old crime scenes and then calls the cops anonymously and leaves them tips, and then will like talk to the press and be like, oh yeah, the police aren't as good as me. Again, he's anonymous, so nobody knows it's really him doing it, but he's like kind of egging the cops on, like, you guys are morons, you don't know how to do your job. It sounds very fascinating. I mean, I've never read a book where a man buys cold case files and tries to solve them himself, like a private investigator. So that sounds interesting. And the very last book on my list is called The Date. This is by Louise Jensen. This one comes out on the 21st of June, and it's about a date night that turns strange when she wakes up not knowing what happened. So she's I think she wakes up in her own house, but she doesn't remember what happened. Like, she's in different clothes. I think she doesn't remember anything. Like, she doesn't know who her friends are anymore or what her job is. I don't know if she's got amnesia or something, like it was a date rape kind of thing. I don't know. But again, sounds fascinating. Those were all of the books that I found for June. Please let me know if I'm missing anything down below. I always miss something because, again, I get these books from 2 different websites. That's all the energy I can muster to find these books. I have tried looking on Amazon and on Goodreads, and that is very time consuming because they don't have a very wide selection for the genres that I am looking for. So yes. Anyways, let me know down below if you want me to add any more to my most anticipated reads, and I definitely put that on my TBR. And that is it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and I will see you when I get back from vacation. So hopefully I can have another video up on Tuesday. We will see. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye!